Let's get the volume up. The volume is up, and Mr. Poseidon is here. How you doing, guys? Welcome to the show this week. That's the live stream. Here with my lovely wife. Let's say a big hello. Hello, Mrs. P. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
What's going on, darling?
What's going on?
Who's that person sitting next to you in the background with the law walker cap on?
That's Mom.
That's Mom,
she
all
was
right.
very curious as to what was going on.
Yeah.
And she wanted to have a
She doesn't
seat
know
here,
where
so.
she is right now, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me.
Pretty much.
But other than that, I'm glad she's here.
She's curious.
She wanted to come in tonight. We're doing our show live. We got some good stuff rolling around tonight. First off, I'd like to start off by saying my buddy Chris Ploth, you guys know him. His wife is doing a, what is that she's doing at work? A
Fundraiser?
Yeah, fundraiser. And he's collecting products. So I'm going to put this in the mail for him. I got a diamond jig here with a red tail, rubber red tail. I also got the tight liner lures, nice little pencil right there. And I got him a Yozuri, what do you want to call it, SP Minnow. Good stuff. Chris, they're coming in. They're going in the mail tomorrow. Anybody who wants to make a donation, and this is all going for a good cause. I don't know the exact cause. What is it, honey? It's for kids that are mentally challenged, or?
I can't remember. I think
It's something
it
like
was
that.
Something for the kids.
Just look at it, something for the kids, guys. So mine's going out tomorrow. If anybody wants to make a donation to him, please make sure it's in the mail by tomorrow. I think it's over this week. Also, Tony and Tiger Knives Lures. I had a little special giveaway during the week, last week. Tony wins a Solist Lures here. That's a metal lip. It's a pocket ace, 1.75 ounce, and it's 6 inches long. Congratulations, Tony. That'll be in the mail tomorrow. My wife has a little bit of an explanation to do.
What?
For Bloodline Fishing Adventures. You want to let them know?
Oh, what? That somehow the package we sent out, the label got ripped off, and it came back to us.
We were so lucky because that's the one
It coulda
carrying the
ended
Salt X. A bunch of goodies in there, such as
So I have a big
lures
complaint
and
against UPS, but it did go out, and he should have it Tuesday.
yeah, Tuesday you should have that, buddy. Sorry, Arugio. Sorry for that.
Jeff Arugio.
Jeff Arugio. Thank you for that. Sorry for that so much. But this week, get ready. It's coming, buddy. Also, I want to let you guys know we're going to have a nice, really nice giveaway today. And today's giveaway is from High Hook. That's Mike Mullen, if you know him. Makes some great stuff. I was talking to Scott Thomas, who's from Grumpy's Tackle. His Instagram is WEFISH138. I thought he was Hip Fish for so long. Sorry to Hip Fish and sorry to Scotty for that. But I want to let you guys know that Scotty had mentioned to me earlier. I showed him tonight's giveaway. And he goes, oh, you're talking about the dinner catcher. And I thought he was saying this is his dinner that he caught. I didn't get it. And then I looked at one of my other giveaways coming up in a few weeks. And there it is, guys, the dinner catcher. Good one, Scotty. Thank you for that, for letting me know what the heck I even have as a giveaway. But other than that, Mike Mullen should be on tonight, guys. If you want to get in touch with Mike, we're going to put up his... what is it? His email?
He said to contact him, it's Mike@highhooklures.com.
We'll also put that up at the end of the video. You can get in touch with him there. So as you guys know, today's guest will be Scotty Thomas, or Scott Thomas from Grumpy's Tackle. And his Instagram also, again, is WeFish. That's WEIFSH 138. Before we get started, I always say hello to my subscribers or the people who are on the show today. Guys, if you want that giveaway, you know what to do. I put up the Instagram advertisement that Scotty was going to be on today. He was supposed to go on there and tag 3 people, and you were basically in. As long as you're over 18 and on the show, you have a chance to win today's prize, which is, I love his stuff. I believe in big lures, catch big fish. That's the way I am, even though you got the bucktails out there that can catch just about any size fish. Also, what do we got now? Okay, so first off, I'd like to say to my mom, she's out there. She's always out there every week. Hans G, John, and Tigerizer Laws. What's up, John 713? Outcast, I'll be seeing you soon enough. In June, I'll start my Montauk trips. June is a great month to fish Montauk. So is July and August. You got to put in a little bit more time, and it's nice fishing. It's you like to chunk at night. It's always a great time to chunk eels, chunking, super stuff, catch it a big fish. Churchwood, how you doing, buddy? Churchwood, you guys know him. That's Mr. himself, Mr. President of the Montauk Surf Association. I got here his treble hook holder. You can be putting them on your lures or whatever you're doing. You can hold it steady and you'll never get hooked. I love this tool. I've been already using it to replace my treble hooks on some of my lures. DJ 9 Lives, how you doing, buddy? AVA, Vitality, good morning. How are you? No, did I say good morning? No.
What?
I say good morning, right? I don't know what time it is with my night shift. Aquatic Apes, how you doing? Carl Newman, always a favorite here. Been around since the start. Good to see you. Outfish Outfitters. How you do? Outfish all outfitters.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. Also, we got out here Montauk Lures. How you doing? Montauk Lures is going to be a sponsor this year. Let me know for the Montauk and for the Jersey Striper Challenge. Thank you so much, Mike. We appreciate you for what you do. I appreciate you, everything that you said to me. Dynamite guy, you will be on that jacket and you will get a fat spot on that jacket. Thank you so much. Again, much appreciated. Fishing the Atlantic, Calvin. How you doing, Calvin? I'm always catching your Instagram reels that you put up. Always exciting stuff, always good stuff. But some of them do make me hungry. The ones you take that freshly caught fish, bring it to the restaurant, and you have them cook it for you. Thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. Also, let's not forget the Professor. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Guys, I hope everybody entered. Also, Edwin Rivera, I see you. Let's start the show. Let's introduce tonight's guest. That's Scotty Thomas, works at Grumpy's Tackle. You guys know him, and that's WEFISH138. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here. How you doing?
It's a beautiful thing, man. Good to see you, Scott. Always good to see you. Usually when I see you, it's even more, puts me in a more better mood because I always see you live at Grumpy's and I'm not there just to say hello. I'm always picking up a piece of merchandise from the from the tackle store. And as we all know, Grumpy's pretty much has everything. Scott, you can give him a little detail on that for a little bit?
Yeah, we carry pretty much everything surf. A lot of inshore stuff, but I mean, we are 90% a surf shop. I started there in 2020 at the beginning of COVID. I was a chef before COVID.
Wow. Got
laid off and was able to make a career change for a significant salary cut, but I love going to work now. I was a great chef, but I did not enjoy it, and I love my job.
But I know you love cooking for yourself, Scotty, so you still enjoy cooking, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go, buddy.
I did not enjoy doing it professionally anymore, but I love what I do now.
Well, that's good, man. That's it's always a plus in life to actually love what you do. Most of us, I want to say most of us, I don't know, but I think that most of us, we get into our professions, our weekly paychecks, and well, it can become kind of tedious. I want to say I love my job. I love it when I'm actually getting into the zone. I'm a mechanic there at work. I'm an HVAC guy. I work on commercial units. I'm licensed by the city of New York. And when I get into the zone, like I did the other night, you're just in it, and I want to fix what I'm doing. It's just like going out for a striped bass when I'm fishing. I got my mind set on the fish. I'm moving, I'm changing lures, trying everything to get that big fish. But back to Scotty. Scotty, so you've been working at the tackle shop since 220. That's the first time I heard that one, which is good. But let's talk about fishing and in general, how this all got started for you, Scott.
Yeah, I've been fishing my entire life since I was a little kid. My dad and I used to just go chunk bunker on the beach. And honestly, we were terrible at it. We had like 12 and 13 foot rods, and we would just huck out bait as far as we could on the sandbar. And then one day, I just heard something about reading the beach and finding where the cuts and the holes were, and I looked into it, and it was like a light switch, like immediately.
There you go.
I had bluefish that first night after I researched it, and it just became an addiction since then.
You know what? And you said it right, Scott, because most of us, we try out things and we try to get them. It's not always a win-win situation, but when it happens like it did for you, it's like the light switch goes on and, you love what you do. We all love what we do on here, which is definitely surf fishing. Beast River, I see you, brother. What's up? Willie J, Danny D. Morales, Chet Zing, Frank Gonzalez, winner of this year's Montauk Striper Challenge. We're going to be looking into Nashville. We haven't gone to vacationing for 5 years. But I'll say hello to a few of you guys also. Striper Fishing Adventures, John Francisconi, Mario G. Thank you so much, guys, for coming by the show tonight. And we got a good one tonight, as in Scott Thomas. Scott Thomas, you guys know, works at Grumpy since 2/20. And I want to get right back to Scott right now. I don't want you guys to hear my voice constantly. It's enough already. But Scott, yeah, so you were out there and you were chunking at your start, you said, right?
Yep.
Most of us do, Scott. Most of us do start off with bait. That's where I started off with my dad. Always worms. No matter what we were going for, it was like worms. But Dad, we're going fishing for monkeys. They like worms. Listen to me. I never caught a fish with my dad. I am not exaggerating when I said we went out 24 times. He used a boat pole going surf fishing. And because, you can go fishing with a boat pole, but you have to have that magic touch on your thumb. And if you don't, it's either going to go nowhere or you're going to go out too far and get that, which is what my dad did and spent most of the day pulling out that bird's nest that he had. And he was so cheap that he'd work on it for hours. He got it. And then the next spin, there it was again. The bird's nest was the same thing. So, Scotty, so you started out bait fishing with your dad. We learned about that. How did you get into the lure business as far as fishing?
2016. So I used to go to a different tackle shop when I moved to where I live now. I just never felt welcome there. And we would go there all the time. And then I was fishing the Fifth Ave Pier in Seaside Park one night, and we were smoking bluefish, giant gator blues. This was back in 2015, 2016, I think, right when I moved back to New Jersey. And I called up Grumpy's and ran to the phone, and it was late at night, and it was like 2 minutes before they closed. And I was like, hey, what time do you guys close? Ray was like, oh, we close at 10 o'clock. So we were up until 10 at the time, or they were up until 10 at the time. And I said, oh, okay. He goes, how far away are you? I said, I'm on the Fifth Ave Pier. I just need bunker. He goes, I'll stay open for you. So I raced back, and ever since then I started going to Grumpy's and just got a really good relationship. And when I got laid off, Ray was like, hey, you want to pick up some hours here? And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, because I had been hanging out in the shop. I was a shop rat. And I just reassessed my finances and figured out I was able to make it work. And it's been great. It's led to other opportunities with, just meeting a ton of people. And now my buddy David and I, who's he's one of the guys I fish with. He's actually the guy I fish with who's the best fishing guy that I know. So I kind of hate fishing with him sometimes because he's always out catching me. But him and I just bought the kayak shop next to Grumpy's.
Wow.
So now I'm double dipping between Grumpy's and the kayak shop, working 7 days a week. But we're excited for this year. We had our grand opening last month, and we're excited to never fish again.
Wow. So I wanna keep going on that conversation. So I heard that the new portion was opening up there, which was the kayak shop. And yep. I've noticed on your Instagram, and I put up a couple of pictures also, that you are a kayak fisherman. Tell me a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so I started with a Field and Stream kayak I got from Dick's for a couple $100, and I fished with it a little bit, and then I fished with a buddy who had a Hobie, and I remember fishing next to him, and I was paddling while he was fishing, and he got 20 times as more fish as I did because I was spending the whole time paddling. So I said, I'm buying a Hobie. Bought a used Hobie, and that first year, I think I fished 219 days or something like that on the kayak, and just it's in my opinion, it's the best way to catch fish. There's just something about sitting the same level as the water and catching, 20, 30, 40-pound fish and pulling up in the kayak. And we go nuts with it. We go for sharks. The past 2 years we've been trying for tuna. We're hoping to get one this year. We had some shots, but couldn't come tight on anything. But we're trying. We want those big bluefin.
Absolutely, brother. My heart pounds a little, and I've never. Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's letting out the master there. My mother-in-law. She wants to get into her room. She heard enough of me already. But yeah. But going back to the bluefins, brother. Let me tell you something. I watch these things on Instagram. I'm ready to go. I'm going to get on somebody's boat because I don't think I'm going to be one of the lucky guys to catch one of these babies off the surf. I heard they were so close to the surf last year, especially in Jersey. Is that true?
Yeah. We had one of our reps, actually, he had them within casting range one day in Long Branch. And it drove me nuts because no one was casting at them. And I'm just watching these giant bluefin tear through bunker schools. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, throw a popper out there or something. You're going to get spooled, but still.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well worth it, without a doubt. And, there was one guy I saw last year on the Insta. I don't remember his name, but he did catch a bluefish off the surf. I was kind of shocked. I was like, holy cow. And you see stuff like that. And obviously, all of us are surf fishermen. We're like, you know what? I can do that. And you show up at Grumpy's. You got any tuna lures?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing. Surf fishermen, and I'm not just saying this, I'm one of them. We are a special breed. I mean, look at my nut ass. Spent 80 grand on this studio, doesn't make any money, gives everything away. There is something wrong with me, but I'm a cool surf fisherman. And most of us surf fishermen are like that, including Scott himself. I have to say something about Grumpy's. You guys so far, I mean, you are the only store, and I want to talk a little bit about back scratching here. Please don't go into Grumpy's and just walk in and go straight up to Scott and go, yo, where are the fish? Thanks. And walk out, because I guarantee you he just gave you the wrong place. I guarantee it. You got to scratch everybody's back. Now, I'm kidding when I say that, but, don't go in and do those things. Be a fair man or fair woman. Go in there, shop for something, get something. You're at Grumpy's. They got everything in their mother in there. You got to like one thing out of there. They got a lot of the top-notch lure makers in there. Some of the best gear you ever saw, including those surf bags. You got them all there, Scott. I love that stuff. You got rods there. You got blanks there. And you also make rods on the premises. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do a lot of custom rods. Our main rod builder, Bobby's been doing it for a while. He is one of the best layout guys in the business. His apprentice, Elizabeth, she is crushing it. She's been doing really, really well. Me and all my friends have had her build us each a rod, and they've been great rods. She's really learning. She's really coming into her own. It's really cool to see someone go from, not really knowing anything about rod building to being able to, lay out a rod or figure out, what's going on with the rod. And it's really cool, and it's really fun to watch. And it's arts and crafts for her, so she loves it. So that's I'm really excited to see what the future holds for her.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I do have a couple of rods built for myself. Again, people, just because I'm Mr. Poseidon doesn't mean that I walk around with free stuff. If I do get free stuff, it's usually a couple of lures here and there. And they're always given out here on the show. So going back to the shop there, you also have fresh bait there, correct?
Yep, yeah, we got fresh bait in season, whether it be, bloodworms, bunker, clams, whatever we get our hands on pretty much.
Yeah,
we always
no
try
doubt.
And have it in stock.
Yeah, usually whatever the season is or what you need to have, it's usually there. I know when I'm there. I go through your whole store every time, and I always see stuff updated, and it's just the top-notch stuff. I did buy one of my what was it? It was what's the fishing outfit they wear on boats? The orange one.
The Grundens, the bibs?
The Gundam bibs. That's what I bought from you guys. I bought them not to go fishing that day, but the next week after that, I was heading out with Lure Walker. He had a boat trip I was invited to go on, and I needed a pair, and I was there, so I picked them up. Obviously, no issues. I know that if people have problems with their product from you, you want to explain a little about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the quality assurance in fishing now is so good compared to what it was even 10 years ago. But I mean, we can, warranty a lot of stuff on spot. A lot of stuff still has to go back to the manufacturer. We've never had anyone really complain about, how we handle anything, which is great. And then, if people do break their stuff, we do rod repairs, we do reel repairs. We're a warranty center for Tsunami.
Yep.
We sell a ton of Tsunami stuff.
And also, I spoke to you earlier about servicing reels. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Frankie's our reel tech. He's been doing it for probably 100 years now.
I met Frank, by the way. Very nice guy.
Yeah, he's actually going out for surgery next month, and he's going to be out for a month or so. But we're usually backed up, 3 to 5 weeks on reel repairs because people always bring them to us, and we pump a lot out.
They do bring them to you for a reason. That means that you're doing a good job, and that's how you get, you get names, and then you get a little bit delayed. If you want the product done right, from what I've heard, not only from Scott, but from other fishermen, because I ask a lot of questions before I have people on my show. Oh, Frank's the man. He knows everything about the reels. Just an all good guy. So if you do want a reel, my time I would say is you want to use your reel, wait till after season. Don't go there the day before striped bass season opens.
Yep.
Leave it there the few weeks it needs to be there. And when you get there and you're ready to fish, make sure you call them first. It's like any other shop out there. Hey, is my reel ready? Yes, it is. Come by and pick it up. So you pick it up, you put it on fresh on your rod, and you go fishing to catch fish, guys. Again, I want to mention, guys, here on the channel, we have our monthly members. Guys, it's $3 per member per month. We appreciate people that help us. We do need the help. It's a fact here. Every penny that I get, and the donations, such as Montauk Mike, he does something every week for me. I constantly see Montauk Mike. I don't want to just see him. I'd like to see you guys. You don't have to make $120, even $5 donation. Make a $2, $3 donation. I'm a happy cat, but I want you to know, me and my wife aren't shooting to Atlantic City or Las Vegas. We saved the money, and after the challenge, now I have to say challenges, because we are doing our first Jersey Striper challenge this year, which we're super excited about. That'll be the 13th, 14th, and 15th. You can go to MrPoseidonOfficial.com. Again, MrPoseidonOfficial.com. You'll see the 2 contests there. Whichever one you want to join, or if you want to join both, we're going to be having those tournaments this year. So going back to the donations, every penny we get, I use right back into these challenges. As you can see, the Montauk one is up to $55,000 in cash and prizes. By the way, Scott, we're going to be having brochures. They'll be here somewhere between the 15th and the 18th of this month, also with little stands. I'm going to be coming by your store, and hopefully you can put them up for the Jersey guys out there.
Let me know when you're coming. We'll get lunch or something.
Oh, absolutely. And I love lunch, buddy. I got to tell you. Whatever it is, whether it's pizza or shrimp on the barbie, I'm ready to go, buddy. Let's not hope for the shrimp on the barbie. Pizza is just fine for me, buddy. But other than that, definitely, I'd love to go out to lunch with you, shoot the breeze a little. Getting back to those donations, we take every penny and we put them right back in. I use that to get you guys the best of the best. And Jersey Striper Challenge this year, for the first year, we have about $25,000 in cash and prizes, 10 top prizes. Everything will be given out at the awards night, which will be held at, what's it called again, honey?
Hooks.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, buddy. Hooks Bar and Grill. Should be a great time. We'll be giving away everything, and always top-notch prizes. More VS Van Store reels there. Rick Ulsh. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Rick. It really does mean a lot to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you over and over again. So let's get back to Scott. We were talking about the kayaking. Anything else you'd like to say, or how somebody could come down there? Do they have to make an appointment? Do they just walk in? anything you want to say about the kayaking?
Yeah, just come in. We're open. The kayak shops right now is open 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays, 9 to 5 on weekends. We're usually here a little bit longer. We're excited about it. We're busier than we thought we were going to be. We're doing a lot of we do customizations, installations, repairs, and that's been a lot of our business so far, which is awesome. And just talking to people about kayak fishing. We want it to be, we don't want it to be a place where we come in and collect a paycheck and go home. We want it to be a set. We used to have a place in Jersey called Jersey Paddler, and it was an awesome kayak shop where people would go and hang out. And unfortunately, right before COVID, it went down, and that's what we want this to be. So we have we got free water for people, free coffee if people want coffee, just to come in and hang out. And we want it to be a place where people want to go, people want to be. And as that season gets long, as the season gets closer, we're going to be open probably 7 to 7 every day.
Sure. Scott, I got to say something. I don't know if you can help me out on this to change my mind, but there was a time about, 5 years ago, kayaking just started to, really get a little bigger at that time. And all these companies came out, and the canoes flipping, and here's canoes that don't flip now. You can stand on them. I mean, they're constantly improving. I'm pretty sure if they get to your shop, you can explain everything. But here's one thing, Scott. I started watching these videos, and then it happened, Scott. I saw, sharks. Not here so much, but Australia, look, they got tons of sharks in Australia. You got to expect to see a shark when you go fishing. If you're not, swimming, if you're not swimming and you don't see a shark, you're not in Australia then.
Yeah.
But I saw that kind of stuff, and there was one a few weeks back. You probably saw it on Instagram. It went viral. There was a great white following a kayaker. That scared the heck out of me, and it scared me, Scott, so much that I said, I'm not going kayaking, even if it's for a friendly ride with a motor on it. Tell me a little bit about that. Go ahead.
We see them. We actually, my buddy and I were fluking at the Axle, which is about 3 miles off, and there was a small hammerhead, a juvenile hammerhead swimming.
Wow.
So we had a bunch of ling. We chunked up a ling and tossed it out, and he ended up hooking it, and it was probably a 4-foot hammerhead. We're always trying to catch them. We're trying to catch. One of my goals is to thresher off the kayak. We haven't seen any tigers. We haven't seen any whites. Nothing crazy. We've hooked bull sharks in the Chesapeake, which was cool. But they're pretty docile. You see them, but they're just curious as to what you are.
Right.
Even fish on a stringer, I've had them take fish off a stringer down in South Jersey. But never aggressively. They realize that it's not something they can grab easy, and they just take off. They're pretty scared, I would say, as far as what you would think of them.
Scott, I got to be. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah. So we're hoping we get some big ones this year.
Yes, sir. I believe you. See, you got a great attitude. It's like Brandon Sausley, one of the elite surfcasters in Montauk. This guy's swimming out to the rocks in June when they first start showing up. And I asked him, I said, what's up with that? He goes, I really don't think about it much. I get out there and I just go. Obviously, when it gets closer into those July months where the water warms up a bit, he does not get out there anymore as far as swimming to the rocks. But, Scott, I still give you a lot of credit, because if I'm in the kayak and I see a 2-foot shark, I'm going to be like, Scotty, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going now. I'll see you later. But that's me, Scotty. I guess as you get a little older in life, you become a little bit more tentative or just more defensive in life.
Yeah.
And that's me. But, still, there's a little itch for me as a fisherman, which we all have. There was a great comment made on Instagram one time where, those times where we catch a fish, and I love your reactions much, Scott. You're a little bit like me. We really like to show that we caught a fish with the biggest smile or the craziest smile that we can get on our face. And I go a little nuts. I catch a fish and I'm alone. You'll hear a guy screaming on the beach and you'll be like, what's wrong with that guy? But that's me. I'm screaming away, yelling. And what I heard the guy say was, when we catch a fish and we get all excited, like, I got a fish, it's not because we're just getting excited. It's in our DNA. because back in the day when you caught a fish and you were super excited, you knew that you were going to feed your family. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? That's what it is, I said, you know?
Yeah.
So right now, I you know, it's a little different. We are, at least I am, a catch and release all the time. In the rivers, which is starting my season in a few weeks, if I catch a fish and it swallows the hook, I'm not a believer if it's going to shit it out its butt. I don't believe in that. So I just basically take the fish home and I clean it. It does have to be in the required measurements that the law is in effect. I have to do it. If not, I'm going to cut the line. I'm going to release it. I'm sorry to the striped bass. But hopefully they prove me wrong and I go fishing one day and I pick up a piece of dun on the bottom of the floor and there's a hook in it. So other than that, it's all good. I love fishing. I know everybody else does here. So let's get back to Scotty again. We were talking about the kayaks. Anything else you want to finish with or how they can get in touch with you, maybe to get down there? I know it's pretty simple, but I want you to say it also.
Yeah, I'm either at Grumpy's or at Yakety Yaks.
Great.
At Grumpy's Tackle, at Yakety Yaks Kayaks on Instagram and Facebook, or my personal, at WEFISH138. I mean, I am here 7 days a week. If I'm not here, it's late and I'm fishing. So
that's right. I know. That's every time I'm in your shop and I don't see you there, I'm like, Scotty right now, he's fishing today. So I hear you, Scotty. I know you're a hardcore guy. I've seen you on your Instagrams catch quite a few big fish. And, you know, people have to understand, you're not going to go out there and catch a big fish all the time. Unless you're Jesus or God, then it's going to happen. But other than that, takes a lot of work, especially in today's times. You know, you're on the beaches. I know Scotty moves, and he's always moving to catch those fish. I've seen you once on the beach fishing. You caught a nice fish. It was about 35 inch. I didn't want to bother you. You had a few guys around you. But it's always nice to see your friends catch that fish. Again, I want to say hello to a few people. Tom Hood, a big kayak fisherman. He fishes out of Rhode Island there. Tom Hood, it's always good to see you, buddy. God bless you. Delco Joe's out there. Delco Joe, what's up? Dame Z, how you doing? Yeah, Joe Pinto. That's the man right there. Joe Pinto. Who else do we got out there? Turtle Cove Tackle makes some of the best gear you can put on your the best surf fishing gear on your belt. I think I'm gonna need a boga holder. I am so crazy. I bought one for myself, and in the end, I ended up giving that one away too.
Oh, dear.
But other than that, yeah, my wife is like, oh, dear, because if you guys know, honey, I got to get one. Didn't you buy one? Well, I gave it away. You're an asshole. But anyway.
We have a comment from Taylor Haberman. He says to Scotty, I knew you were famous, Scotty. Love it.
Keep reading, honey.
Go ahead. I can't.
Okay, so I knew you were famous, Scotty. Love it. Man rep New Jersey, exclamation points. And then it says basically, how are your Mr. and Mrs. P? Enjoy your guys' show a ton. Have to meet you guys and say hello next time I see you. Can't wait for the Jersey competition. That's right. That's the Jersey Striper Challenge, November 13th, 14th, and 15th. For the first 100 guys that join, I want you to know there is a Van Staal reel, an X2 Series 200, and a Van Staal 7-inch titanium plier. How you can win that is if you're the first 100. Everything is time stamped on when you join, so we know for the first 100 guys, when you get to the day of sign up, not registration, you register online, but when you get there to sign up, we're going to have a, check-in, we're going to have a box there with 100, what is it? Tickets in there. 2 of those tickets, one is going to be for the Van Staal, and one is going to be for the 7-inch titanium plier. And if you know Mr. Poseidon, if things are going to go good and continue, I'm definitely going to put more prizes in that box. But you got to be the first 100 guys to join. And don't stop. Don't look back, because I think there's one box left. I'm kidding. There's about, for Jersey being the first year, I think there's 68 boxes left. So go and join. You're gonna be happier that you did when you stick your hand in that box and you're going for that Van Staal or the plier. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Luke Fishing. Thank you for that donation, Luke. You've been a regular here weekly. Luke also will be on the Jersey Championship Champions jacket this year. Luke's making a wonderful donation of 50 packages of of flags, 5 each in each one. They'll be in the gift baskets when we give them out. That's only the beginning, guys. And again, Luke, I thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Heinz Bolster, thank you for that compliment. Great show. Thank you also to Tom Hood, who I said earlier. Thanks, Tom. You know what I'm talking about, buddy. Montauk Lures, also, thank you again. He's going to be making donations. Those are great lures. You guys are going to get lucky. If you get one of those, we're going to be giving away those also at the awards night dinner. And again, I didn't mention, everybody's going to get a drink and an appetizer on Mr. Poseidon. You'll be giving that in 2 casino-style chips. And one will be for a free drink, one will be for an appetizer. I can't wait. It's all about the good stuff. We're also going to be doing the longest and most accurate cast. People ask me, the longest cast, cool, but why do you do the most accurate? I do the most accurate because people who don't really have a chance to cast 9,000 yards get a shot at the most accurate. And the prizes there are 1,000 to the most accurate and 1,000 to the longest. For the Montauk one, it's a little upped. We're doing 2,000 for the longest cast and 1,000 again to the most accurate. Thank you, Beast River Rose. Welcome to the Spoof Crew. Guys, join. It's $3 a month. Thank you also for your donation. We can use all the donations. Help me, because we always need help in the end. Last year, I had to borrow $5 from my wife just to make it that night. Anyhow, we always do. We always need it. And we just got another subscriber on Eventbrite. Congratulations on that. Thank you so much. Again, back to Scotty. Go ahead, honey. Do it.
Has the fishing started over by Scotty?
Well, he's going to let us know right now.
Yeah, we got some fish in the rivers and bays. Yesterday was really good. Opening day was really good. We keep getting these cold snaps, but I think we got some warm weather coming up, which should turn them on.
61 degrees tomorrow, Scotty. I'm psyched.
Yeah, I'm expecting good fishing tomorrow.
Absolutely, buddy.
Wow.
So what do they got?
It's funny because it's traditionally been a bloodworm bite up until the Oyster Creek Power Plant closed down a few years ago, and now March 1st you can get them on plugs, which is awesome. In that 46 degree, 48 degree water, they're hitting plugs and they're pretty aggressive.
Wow, that's pretty cool to hear. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow, excellent, excellent. Are you guys available for bloodworms if they need them?
Absolutely.
Excellent. There you go. Let's see. Professor, thank you so much for that donation. He says the spring run is here, and it's time to join Fishing the Atlantic. Mention me up on signing up for your Mariners package and receive a special gift from the FTA guy himself, which is Calvin. Calvin, thank you so much for what you do for the first surf fishing community. Also, I didn't say earlier, Brian Hamlet, that's the president of the MSA. Thank you so much for showing up to the show. And again, I'm going to mention, makes this great product. He also makes lures. He also makes cutting boards, which I own. And I own lures from him too. But this is a magic little piece here. You set your treble book in here, and you can operate it without getting a barb in you. And that's pretty cool. Great idea. Ed Point. I forgot about Ed Point. There's Miguel right there. Scotty mentioned you by your first name when I showed him the bag. Miguel will be on the show next week. This is what's up for grabs, and maybe I might be a little nice and put something in one of these double two bags. Miguel, you're the man. You make some beautiful stuff. People know you make beautiful stuff, and you are very, very reasonably priced. Thank you so much for that. Carlos P., how you doing? Welcome to the show also. Getting back to Scotty. So we talked a little bit about Grumpies. I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about Grumpies. Your boss there, Ray, right?
Yep.
Ray's a dynamite guy. Met him a few times. I know you guys are going to also be on the jacket. You will be making a donation, I was told by Ray, which I'm really excited about. I heard somewhere in the $500,000 range. I'm really excited. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, there you go.
I might be looking for a new job, but I'm okay with that.
But I'll tell you what, if you can pull it off, half of it is yours, buddy, guaranteed. You know what? 60% of it is yours. Thank you so much for that.
I can put on my credit card.
Yeah, right. There you go. So we talked a little bit about that. Talked about how you started about fishing. Go ahead, honey. Read it.
Carlos P. wanting to know, how much are jumbo bloodworms this year?
$30 a dozen.
And guys, you hear these prices anywhere you go today. They're $30 a dozen. And if you find a place that sells them for $20, they're going to be smaller than my pinky. And I got pretty small pinkies, guys. Let me tell you right now. You're paying $30. You're getting a decent set of worms there. And that's the way it works. If you don't want them, don't catch any fish, all right? Put on a shrimp and pray.
I don't know if you've ever watched the videos of how those guys get those worms.
I haven't. Tell us. That's exciting.
They're like knee deep in mud, and they have these hand rakes, and they're just raking like this much at a time.
Wow.
They get paid, $2 a worm or whatever.
Wow.
And then whatever they get paid is not enough. You couldn't pay me $20 a worm to do that job.
Yeah, right.
It's
so
awful.
Oh my God.
that's a tough job, bro. When they're knee deep in mud, you said?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's crazy. There's videos on YouTube of it. And we, the thing about worms is everyone thinks, shops make a ton of money on worms, and we don't. Worms generally we lose money on. Because when they start dying off, that's your profits right there. Is one bag of worms is your profit for the whole half flat.
Wow.
So when you have one bag die off, you're losing money, and you got to carry them because people need them, and they're going to come into the shop hopefully for other things.
Yes.
So it's just kind of a loss leader for us.
But
that's every shop.
And I will tell you that this is a fact what you're talking about because it's the gangster. And who is the gangster? That's the guy in the middle who's paying the other guy $2. He's making all the money. Bro, you could lower your prices a little bit. We're surf fishermen. We don't own boats. It's true what they say about us. We can't afford boats, bro. Why are you doing that to us? The gas is more expensive. Please. Other than that, he's not kidding around. It really isn't about the worm. You go in the shop, please buy something. You're a surf fisherman. Even if you spend on the tsunami rig or a tsunami lure, it's $10 some of these prices in there. You do have specials in there you run, right? Yeah.
We try to keep everything fairly priced. We're certainly, there's things we got that are expensive. You want to buy a custom rod of Van Stahl, you're dropping some money.
Yeah.
But we got things for every price range.
But then again, when you talk about Van Stahl, who I love so much, you're talking about a reel, guys, that you can basically put underwater and turn it there all day. Juan Gonzalez, I think it was, how many weeks was it underwater? And they found it. It was like, I don't know, a couple of weeks it was under there. Yeah. Somebody found it and picked it up. He went fishing with it that day. It was ready to go. But you're paying for a quality product that's going to last you. Mine lasted 12 years. I rinsed it the very first day I got it just because it was brand new. And I was like, look, my Van Stahl. And I'm rinsing it. I never rinsed it again. I would put it back in the garage, hang it up. I would say, I'll get to it. I never got to it. 12 years later, it's seized up. 12 years and about, can I say, I do about 100 trips a year on a normal basis. When I say 100 trips, I'm doing trips where it's 3-4 days at a time sometimes. I use it a lot. And that reel seized up on me because, I could have rinsed it here and there. I didn't. But anyway, exactly. I sent it out to the shop. That Saltwater Edge out there, they took care of me. There was a part on it that they couldn't get, so they got it, but it was a different color. Do I have it here? I think that one's in the truck. Yeah, it is. It's in the truck. So basically, they changed it on me. It looks kind of cool. It's silver and black. So thank you to Saltwater for that. It's back. It's great use. I just did my Stella here. That's the 6,000 I got. And go ahead, honey. Read it off.
I have D-Bar asking, ask Scott about inshore outfitters kayak charters.
Okay, we'll do it again. Let's go.
Yeah?
That's my, myself, my buddy Keith, and my buddy Bill. We started a kayak charter service last year. We do kayak charters from March through December for pretty much any species you catch in New Jersey.
Wow.
That's inshootoutfittersnj.com. And we did pretty well last year. Had a lot of trips canceled due to weather, but that's, kayak fishing.
Yep.
But everyone was happy.
I have to mention that D-Bar, great question or mention there about the inshore outfitters kayak charters because, I was just mentioning, I've never done it. I want to do it. So now if I do it, you're in my area. You are the guys. Looks like we're going to go fishing out in a kayak. And with my luck, it'll be like, yeah, Mr. Poseidon, the hammerhead came by 9 feet. the last time I saw him, but, you know, wish him well.
Don't worry, we got insurance.
Yeah, you got
Oh, my
insurance.
God.
There you go. So, honey, don't worry. Scotty's got a blow-up doll for you, and it's going to say
stupid.
Mr. P on it, and you'll
Yeah,
feel like
okay.
I'm here all the time.
We got a $1 million policy. You're good.
There you go. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Michael Mimo. You have been supporting me, brother, like nobody else has supported me. Every time I speak to you, last year we were supposed to get together. Something happened in between. We couldn't. Hopefully this year we'll get together. We'll do some fishing. You are a dynamite fisherman. Mike, I'm just going to let you guys know. You can bother him all you want, but Mike is one of those fishermen that doesn't tell anybody he's fishing. But I know he's catching the big fish out there. He knows where the fish are. He knows where to hunt them. He's got a well group of trusted networks that they work together. Sorry about that, guys, but if you want to do what Mike Mimo does, just fish hard. Get out there, and eventually you will catch that big fish. Go into Grumpy's, buy the biggest and most expensive thing you can buy in there, and I guarantee you a 50-pounder that night. I'm kidding about that. So getting back to Scotty again. Scotty, tell me now, you work in a tackle shop, so tell me some of your favorite gear that you like to use while you're surf fishing.
Yozuri would be my number one go-to. That I use more Yozuris than anything. The Mag Darter, in my opinion, the 5-inch Mag Darter, in my opinion, is the best plastic lure made. I'm a huge Yozuri guy. I always have Mag Darters in my bag. Tsunami's coming out with some really cool stuff, like those new Tidal Pro Minnows.
Yeah.
Those have been. I finally got to swim one the other day to see what it looks like. Yesterday, actually, and very impressed with that. And they're not expensive either. They're cheaper than any other minnow on the market, and they're real nice. And otherwise, I throw a lot of wood. I love wood plugs. There's just something about tricking a bass into eating a piece of wood. It's just.
You're not the only one, Scotty. No doubt about it. How about your gear as far as reels and rods?
All my surf stuff is Van Stalls.
Good choice.
I always tell customers it's situationally a Van Stall is the best reel made. If you're fishing conditions where you need that type of, sealing, you're going to be getting it wet, you're going to be out on the bar, a Van Stall is the go-to. If you don't need a sealed reel, like my Fluke stuff, my Kayak stuff, my boat stuff, I love Shimano's. Twin Powers are my go-to. I'm not a Stella guy because I'm just, I got bills to pay. But I think the Twin Powers are awesome reels. Stratics, great reels.
Yeah.
I've been very impressed with the Saltexes too. Those new Saltexes are really nice.
I gave away 2 so far, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great reels. I actually got to test the prototype of them, and the first thing I did was I buried it in the sand in the wash for like 10 minutes and just let it sit there.
Wow.
Rinsed it off in the wash and fished it, and I was impressed.
Now that's
I
a
fished
guy
lot
that
of
works in a
ODMs.
tackle shop.
Yep. ODM Evolution, in my opinion, it's the best surf casting blank ever made. I love that rod. I've been fishing the 9-foot Magic Tail rod and a lot of the Saltex rods too. And then my kayak stuff, I fish a lot of Tsunamis, a lot of Jigging World stuff.
Yeah.
Jigging World's bang for the buck. It's hard to find anything better. Mike Kim and Young, they're so smart when it comes to designing their stuff, and it's at that price point, it's hard to find something nicer.
Yeah, talking about your Zuri products, this is one of the products I'm going to be donating to Chris Ploth. I'll put that on the overhead. This one right here is a Hydro LC Mini. There you go. That's for Chris Ploth. His wife is doing a what's it called again, honey?
Fundraiser?
Yeah, fundraiser for kids that are mentally challenged. You'll be getting this in the mail very soon. And I like this stuff. And you mentioned you can get stuff up to $10. Look, guys.
Oh, yeah.
There it is, right there, $10.
Yep.
And right here it says longest casting right there. That's the LC.
Yeah,
where they
cast
get
awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
They have the internal weight transfer system that
Yes.
that lets them cast really well.
And I hear it.
That's the Raritan Bay Killer right there.
There you go, guys. You heard that live. And you didn't even have to buy anything. Now make a donation. Not to me, to Grumpy Stackle. Anyhow, going back again to the surf fishing and some of Scott's favorite gear. I'm not going to really ask you what you use as as waders and things like that. Everybody always switches up. I have waders, you know, and Bill Wetzel said he has got a famous video out there. All waders suck. Eventually, my ass has gained some weight, and one little sit down just can ruin a trip for you. I always bring a backup wader, and some of those backup waders are not the most expensive, but they sure are good when you got nothing ready to go for that second piece of surf gear that you might need. Out in New Jersey,
nowadays, if you get 3 years out of a pair of waders, you're doing great.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, not to talk bad about any wader companies, but it's remarkable at how they're not like they used to be.
They're not what that's what I hear. That's exactly what I hear. I know out in Montauk we like to use corkers. Obviously, there's a lot of rocks. You're getting up on them. But let's talk about those beautiful sandy white beaches out in Jersey, bro. I see guys, they're up on sandbars. You get up to your neck almost. Be careful, guys, if you're wearing waders. But you get up to your neck, and all of a sudden you're in your ankles sitting on a bar. I think that's freaking fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I did it a few times. I was out there with Miguel and Joe Pinto or Delco Joe. We had a great time that day. I didn't catch shit, but they did. But anyhow, that's how fishing is, guys. But I had a great time with them. We ran around the beach like maniacs. I followed Joe wherever he went. It was a good time that day, no doubt about it. We use wetsuits now, Miguel says. I don't blame you, Miguel, because I know you're getting up on those sandbars. And before you get to that sandbar, you will be hitting some deep water, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So just be careful and be aware. Let's go, let's go. What do we got out there? We got Edwin Rivera. You don't need anything else but a gulp on a three-way, Mario. Turtle Cove, he's busy rigging up Hither Hills in the Quigley. Anybody got any questions for Scott? You're welcome to, you can put up the number, honey. You're welcome to call in or even ask the question online. I will let you guys know that we're a few guys joining on the show here. I have right now 27, that's 27 boxes left for Montauk. That's for the 100 bonus boxes. Each box will be well worth over $200 each, which is kind of ridiculous. So as soon as you join, you got your money back. And don't get all down, Jersey guys, because next year, I'm a maniac. My wife is giving me the wide-eyed look right now. Look at her. Look. Yeah, she's smiling right now about a second ago. So next year, we're going to do the we'll do the bonus boxes for the Jersey guys. I'm letting you know right now, I will be doing that. But I wanted at least a year to go by to be solidified there. Please join, guys. It's going to be a fabulous time. Everything's going to be well organized. Permits, the whole thing. I don't just have competitions. I don't think any of the surf tackle shops we want to be affiliated with a guy who does anything illegal. And it's always about you guys. I always look to get you guys the best. It's not just a surf competition where I collect the money, tell you to meet me in the parking lot and get your winnings if you win. This is a well-organized event that everybody will be having a good time. There's plenty of people here that can back me on that. It's going to be a dynamite time. So come on down. That's the Jersey Striper Challenge happening November 13th, 14th, and 15th. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A lot of people will ask me, Mr. P, why do you do that? Why do you do Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Because the event that I have, the awards night, I want it to be on a Saturday night when nobody has to worry. You stay that extra night, you get up Sunday morning at your leisure, and you go home. So everybody gets to enjoy that event. It's always a good time. Cannot wait. Delco Joe says about Scott. Scott is such a solid dude, and I absolutely love Grumpy. Still go and support your local shops! Exclamation point 3 times. No doubt about that.
What is this? Striper Hunter says, hands down, beach fishing beats you up more than the rocks. Fighting the sand hole sucks.
There you go. That's right. He's right. Let me tell you, when you're constantly stepping in sand, you remember, whether you're going to the beach and you're going swimming, walking the sand isn't like walking on a piece of ground. It's work. And when you got all this equipment that weighs a ton, you're sinking into the sand and you're moving, and it does beat you up. You're 100% right.
Is that right, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Scotty knows.
Absolutely.
Scotty knows. So, Scott.
Although I got to say, walking the rocks at Montauk is no picnic either.
Yeah. It's not, Scotty. You know, especially my tournament in the Montauk, in Montauk, it's night fishing there, guys. You know, you can catch fish in the daytime. You can get lucky. You can go out and catch a 40-pound fish. It's going to be super lucky. But it's at night there where the fish show up. They come in close to shore, and you got a chance at catching a big fish. But you got to be well aware. This year's winner, Mr. Gonzalez himself, he, you know, he's a hardcore fisherman. He comes prepared. He works it hard. You can hear that story a few weeks ago. He was on my show about losing his rod in the water and then going back and getting the call and picking up his rod. He works hard in the rocks. It isn't easy. Just make sure you wear corkers. A lot of guys will hear say corkers. You know, why do you wear corkers? I mean, they're metal. They're going to slip. No. It's like glue being on those rocks with those corkers. Just don't put 6,000 of them on, because then it's going to be like an ice sheet. People think the more points they put on, the better. No. Follow what they say, what to put on there. You can always put extras on, but don't put a lot on, because you're going to go swishing off that like if there was grease on those rocks. Trust me on that. Scotty, going back to you again, anything else that you would like to say to the crowd? We didn't talk anything as far as detail. This is the first time on my show. I will have you on again, Scotty, 100%. You're a good dude. You're loyal to the surf fishermen. And like I said, you want to go into Grumpy's, find out where the fish are. These guys are perfectly happy to tell you. They'll probably tell you anyway, but be a good guy. Scratch everybody's back. Scotty's got to make a living there too. And if they don't sell anything, Scotty's not going to be working there. So make sure you pick up something there. Do the right thing. These guys are terrific.
Go ahead.
I
don't want that.
What was that?
I'll have to go back to cooking, and I don't want that.
Yeah, well, trust me.
Somebody was asking Scotty for recipes for striped bass.
I used to do a General Tso striped bass that was really good, and a striper parm. I actually don't eat fish. The only fish I eat is tuna.
Wow.
I've tried every fish I've caught, and I can make them taste good. Yeah. But why go through all the work when I can just have a steak or a piece of chicken?
There you go, buddy.
I love tuna. When I lived in Hawaii, I ate so much poke, I got mercury poisoning.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I was eating 2 poke bowls a day, which is like 12 ounces a day.
That's good stuff.
After like 4 months, my hair was falling out. I had this rash like all over my body, and my memory got really bad. And I went to the doctor, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. He was like, well, how much fish do you eat? And I was like, I don't know. No more than anyone else, 2 poke bowls a day. And he's like, yeah, you probably get mercury poisoning. So I went through some tests, and he's like, yeah, you got mercury poisoning. Stop eating tuna. And I was like, wow. Well, no, just give me a pill or something. He's like, no, you got to stop eating tuna. So I had to go through chelation therapy and cut way back.
And then what do you take anything you could take to get it out of you, or no?
Yeah, there's a treatment called chelation therapy. It's like I guess it's a blood treatment. And then you just have to stop eating. And it never fully leaves you. So I'm at like a higher risk for mercury poisoning.
Wow. Oh, shoot, Scotty.
Last year it was fine because none of my friends were catching tuna. This year I got a lot of tuna, so it was a little dicey. But,
wow.
I was eating great for a few months.
Yeah, I had fish today. We had a cod for dinner a little earlier. That's what I had, Alaskan cod. Yeah. So good, man. I love that stuff.
And garlic.
And a lot of extra butter and garlic, and even more butter and garlic, and it just keeps getting tastier and tastier. Yeah, no doubt.
Garlic.
Yeah, Delco Joe, I see you got to keep moving, Mr. Pete! ! 5 times. No doubt about it, Joe. You are right about that, especially in Jersey. That's what I hear is you got to keep moving and follow those birds if you can see them. Yep. What else did I read out there that I wanted to say? I don't see it now. Mario Gandini, how you doing?
Cameras on the beach, for real?
Oh, yeah. We have...
oh, cool. Tell us about that.
There's probably 20, I want to say about 20 beach cameras all up and down the coast. And there's a couple sites that have them all listed. And it's funny because you could go and watch the migration in real time where, guys are hooking up, and you can watch the birds and watch the boats. And that's how we get like a lot of our, that's where we figure out where we're going to fish that day. A lot of times we'll check those cameras, and if we see something happen, and there's times when, you're watching guys on camera catching fish, you're seeing fish busting, you're watching bait balls. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Cool.
Corey Mack, thank you so much for that. That was pretty cool. I didn't know that. So where can they find those cameras? Or
EarthCam has them listed, and there's one, I think it's like njsurfcaster.com or something like that.
Okay.
Very cool stuff, man.
Makes it.
We
We have it in the shop. We always have the Island Beach cam playing behind the register, because Island Beach State Park has one that that Grumpy sponsors, and we have it always on behind the register. So we can check conditions and stuff.
Sure. Wow. Maybe I can just go there even when there's no fish and be in the background.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, man. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad you're on the show today, Scott. I knew you would be a good guest. You have a great attitude on your Instagram advertisements for Grumpy, some funny stuff, serious stuff, but most of it is funny, and I enjoy that. You have a good attitude always. I've been in there. I don't think you've ever not been, really giving as far as giving me your full attention. And this is before I was Mr. Poseidon, too. I was just a regular fisherman heading down there. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for that. You're a good man, and I know a lot of people are very fond of you for that.
Ange G says, every tackle shop needs a person like Scott.
There you go. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ange. Ange, the Gorilla Anglers.
I'm not sure if that's
that
Ange
crew.
the Gorilla or
I think it is.
Angelo Girlunda.
Oh, no, I think it's
two Anges.
Oh, I see. Okay,
we always
maybe.
get confused.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Michael Mimo says, I don't know if you know Michael Mimo personally, but I figured you did. That guy doesn't give out any intel, nothing. He just catches the big fish, and I'm like, way to go. Grumpy's is the best. Scotty, Ray, Bob are all great guys and very knowledgeable. Scotty, good luck with the new business venture. Definitely, Scotty.
Thank you.
Guys, if you are looking for a kayak or anything to do with kayaks, as far as you have all the equipment there, right? Fish finders, the whole works.
We got everything, yep.
So please show up there. I don't care if you're 9 states away. Just because of who Scotty is and the love he has for fishing, this is a guy you have to trust as far as, I've seen him fishing on the kayaks on his Instagram, but I wouldn't say just for that. I trust Scotty just for the love that he has, and you can see the good personality he has towards you when it's all about fishing. Thank you, Scotty, for that again. Mike Scruggs, how you doing? Grumpy's is the best.
What's up, Mikey?
All my gear is from them. Tell the guys a little bit, Scotty. I know you have special events that run. So you have different guys, if you want to mention them, that come down and they have little shows and they do the sign-ups and whatever, and you can buy lures. Go ahead.
Yeah, so a couple times a year. This year, the past couple of years, it's been slower because he's been focusing a lot more on shows. But we do Scavelli, John Hudler. We have a huge event with him, usually everywhere. Big Rock, Russ. He makes, in my opinion, one of the best metal lips out there. He drops off a few dozen. We'll actually have him again for the Berkeley Striper Club Flea Market, which I believe is May. I want to say it's going to be May 10th, so I will.
If not, they can always get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Put it down for May 10th, but put down call first, just to make sure. If he says it's May 10th, it probably is, but call up, be on the safe side there.
Yep. And, he's going to be in store. And then we got this newer kid, Swim Duck. He makes some really nice stuff. He's a kayak guy too, actually. He makes some really nice trollers. He's got this glide style bait. He calls it a spot, and it's a really unique bait. Very strange looking, but it's doing very well on catching fish.
Nice.
A lot of guys want him. So he's gonna be dropping off in 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, we should have some more from him.
Wow.
Which I think we're gonna do for online sales.
Without a doubt.
To let the online guys get them. I know it's hard for guys to get in store all the time for them, so we try and split it up.
Very cool. Very cool. Mr. What is it? Where is he? Delco Joe. Big Rocks is so good also. Yeah. No doubt about it. Also, I wanted to mention Tim Murphy. That's the JSS. That's the Jersey Surfcasters. It's a part of that division over there. They run that great show down in South Jersey. It happened already. I've been there every day, every year for the last 3 years and about 5 years going there. That's a terrific show. If you guys can get down there.
They do such a good job.
They do a great job. I love that show. Very well organized. Also, I'd like to say hello to Brock308. What's up, buddy? Thank you for that donation a few weeks ago when we saw you. That was real nice of you to do. You want to say, Brock, what we had sent Brock out, right, honey?
Yeah, we got his address. We sent that out
And
yesterday.
also Bloodline Fishing Adventures. We saw you earlier. My wife said at the beginning of the show, we sent it out, brother. And luckily we got it back, sent back to us. The white ticket fell off or whatever. My wife got on the phone with UPS. We really gave it to them hard. It is on its way to you. You should have it by Tuesday. We're sorry about that delay. Honey, you were circling something? Go ahead.
Edwin
Eddie
Rivera.
Bucktails Rivera.
What does Scott like to do to catch fluke from shore or kayak? Fluke.
So this year, I was a bucktail and gulp guy for years and years and years, and that's all I used. This year, we really got into fishing live spot. The past couple of years, actually, end of season, I've been doing live snappers, live spot. This year, we had such a terrible fluke season out front in the boat because that water temp just couldn't stay warm. We had south winds every day. We had like 37 days of south wind or something like that, and the water just couldn't stay warm. So we were live line and spot in the back bay, and that's been such a cool fishery. And we found some really good locations. Live line in the spot where we're catching fish. We fished I think it was the Shillelaghs tournament, and if we had fished the back, I talked to one of my buddies who fished where we had been fishing. If we had fished the back bay where we were fishing, we would have had bigger fish than what we had on the reefs out front. And we had a shot at winning the tournament fishing the back. So we're going to try some tournaments this year, fishing live line and spot in the back. The spot fishery up here has been really, really good the past couple of years. And it's something that I don't ever remember as a kid up my way, up like towards Manasquan River or anything. And it's been crazy catching them. Wow. I don't know if they're cyclical or if they just are migrating north more, but it's been such a fun fishery, catching the spot and then just throwing them out for bass and fluke.
Yeah, I want to tell you. Go ahead.
It's really, really fun. Otherwise, I fish bucktails and gulp. I don't do a ton of strip bait anymore. I do a lot of 6 and 8 inch grubs with a 5-inch mullet as a teaser. I just go as light as possible. But that spot fishery has just been so fun.
Yeah.
Catching big fish.
I want you to know Bill Wetzel stopped by right now, and he's on the show, and he writes, you do know who Bill Wetzel is, right? He's the hottest guide in Montauk, and probably, in my eyes, probably one of the best in the top 2. I'll put him in fishing in Montauk. The guy just knows every nook and cranny, winds, tides, moons. He knows everything there is to know about getting you the best chance to catch a striped bass in Montauk. I always refer guys and I say, listen, if you've never been to Montauk, it's nice. You want to go out there and go fishing, great. But it's not going to be as much fun as going out with Bill Wetzel. Not because you went out with Bill Wetzel, because he's going to teach you how to become a better surf fisherman in Montauk. So when you do go that next time, you're all set. You remember some of the things he gave you, clues, knowledge, and you follow those, and now you know where you're going and what you're attacking at what times are the best. Again, tides, moon, suns, wind, everything. Back moons, the whole works. He knows it all. And I like to tell you what he just said. Bill Wetzel, hear nothing but good things about grumpies. Big rocks makes awesome plugs. There you go. And that's coming from a guy all the way in Montauk. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never met him personally, but everything I've heard about him, when I go up to Montauk, I go up with one of the clubs I'm in, Berkeley Striper Club, and usually someone in the club, is with him. They book him for that trip.
Sure.
And they all have great things to say. And he's just watching his videos. He's just a funny guy.
Yes, he is.
He's just a funny guy.
Yes, he is, bro.
Definitely a guy I'd love to have a drink with.
There you go. Bill, you heard it live right here. Scott's waiting for that drink, and I bet you are too, buddy. Striper Junkie 3. No better guide in Montauk. Bill Wetzel is a stand-up guy and can be the best surf fisherman. And you will always learn from his sweetheart of a good guy, too. Thank you for that, Striper Hunt, and I'm pretty sure Bill Wetzel thanks you for that also. I'm proud to know Bill Wetzel myself. He gave me the open door quite a few years ago when I started my YouTube channel. I don't think anybody wanted to deal with me when I was making my Montauk videos. I got him on my video, and all of a sudden, my career took off. I got 2 subscribers that week, and I was off and running, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, Bill Wetzel, thank you so much for that.
There's something to be said about local knowledge. I mean, my first striped bass, I was fishing Manasquan Inlet. I was on the North Jetty, and I was fishing next to a guy. He's throwing bucktails. I'm throwing bucktails. He's roping fish, and I'm not catching anything. And after 20 minutes, I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he was like, yeah, what's up? I said, what are you doing that I'm not doing? And he said, well, first off, you're using the wrong kind of bucktail. You're reeling it way too fast. And he just took 2 minutes with me. And just literally that changed my life. Just he taught me what to do, showed me where to cast, told me to slow it down. And I think my 3rd cast, I had my first bass.
I gotta tell you, this is so funny that you said that. So the first time I went out with Bill, and I went out with him so far about a half a dozen trips, if not more. But the first time I went out with him, he goes, okay, go ahead, cast. He wanted to see how I cast first. You know, they want to get an idea where you're at. So when they take you for the rest of the trip, they know your level, and they'll work with that level, try to make it better for you. So he puts on the buck, this says, cast it out, reel it in. Scotty, I was reeling that thing in like it was a submarine torpedo heading for a Japanese ship or German ship. No bad pun intended against any Germans or any Japs or Japanese who are listening right now. But yeah, he said to me, what are you doing? He goes, you're reeling in way too fast. You got to slow down. So for the rest of that trip, all I heard is slow the reel down, because all my life I was used to just, ripping it in, and I didn't know what I was doing. And then all of a sudden you got to go slow. I'm telling you, that takes practice. It did. I practiced. And those were the 2 things I heard, which was slow down and put the rod between your legs. And eventually I got that. That day I got my my first striper in Montauk, and I was the happiest guy. It was a 23-inch fish. But guys, you don't know. And I'd gone to Montauk quite a few times before that. I did get a striper. I lost it in front of me because I was reeling in so fast. I probably got the tip of his lip or whatever. But Bill taught me a lot and taught me how to catch striped bass in Montauk, and I'm so glad I met him. And thank you again. And just for you guys to know, at the Montauk Challenge this year, Bill Wetzel's going to be competing. Good luck to everybody fishing that this year. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, there's going to be so many of us down there. Good luck to everybody. You guys are always going to have a good time, and it's always nice to have Bill around. Just when you see him fishing, he's a part of the tournament. Please don't bother him that day. He's going to be fishing. Let's go. Scotty, back to you. It's getting a little later now. We like to have our guest on for now, but you were a little extra special guest. It's about 8:30. We're going to do that giveaway right now if you want to hang out a minute, and then I'm going to get right back to you. Where is that lure I had? This is the lure I had, yes. This one, right, honey?
Was it on the desk?
Yep, this is the one. So basically, guys, it's a high hook lures. Mike Mullen is probably out there listening right now. We're going to, there's Bill Wetzel. Let's go. Next time out there, get in touch. Not the best, just a fisherman. Yay. He's such a modest guy, that guy, let me tell you. You're not going to meet a better friend that day when you go fishing with him. Just a super terrific guy, and you will learn a bunch. Knowledge is through the roof. High hook fishing, lures made to catch big fish. I'll put this on the overhead for you guys if it does fit. But there it is. Look at this beautiful lure. This lure's got to be about a good 15, 16 inches, if not longer. 2 treble hooks on there. It's jointed. This is going to swim like a real needlefish, guys. I love this bigger stuff. You guys are going to enjoy this. Whoever wins this, good luck to you. I'll also stick in, where are they?
The wristbands?
Yeah. We're throwing a couple of wristbands. Now, these wristbands aren't just wristbands, guys. You'll take these and you'll put these around your reel, and I'll show you an example right now. So here's my VR. I like to put them around the top here, and they hold your braided line in there just fine. So I'll put in 2 of those for you. Good luck to the winner. We're going to do the spin right here, just like we always do, and announce the winner. Guys, don't forget, the show's not over. We do take donations. I don't care if it's $1 or $2. You're always helping out. Are you ready, honey?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Whoa, there goes.
Well, it's a good thing it's a van stall. It'll be just fine.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's get it up.
All right, hold on.
All right, that's beautiful. Now you got to spin it.
Okay.
And the winner is...
The winner is...
Say it, honey.
Woo! Professor Scoobaroo.
All right, Professor Scoobaroo. If you're out there right now, you got to be out there. Professor Scoobaroo, good luck to you. You get the 10-second countdown. Here you go. 10,
I hope he didn't
9,
leave.
8. I know I saw him earlier, but you
Wait,
got to
he
be
was
on the
on there
show. You get
before.
that special countdown, which lasts about 6 hours.
Professor's putting in a number.
Is that him, Professor?
Why
You just
are there
got to say,
numbers?
there he is. Professor, that's you, right? Professor Scoobaroo, is that you? Is that you? All I saw was a 5. Let's go. Let's get it. He got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, brother. I know you're there. I see you. Thank you for supporting me. We'll put that in the mail. Make sure you DM me. We'll have another giveaway next week if you guys are going to be on. Miguel's going to be on. I'll make sure I stack this with a couple of lures in there for you guys.
Nice.
That's his Beachcomber bag. A great product and an awesome giveaway. As I like to say, I always have the best giveaways. It's all about you guys. Congratulations, Professor Scoobaroo. You are the man. Way to go. And again, back to Scotty. Scotty, before we go, anything else you want to say to anybody, please do so right now.
Shout outs.
No, come in and say hi. And, I look forward to seeing everyone this season. Hopefully we have a good year. We'll see what happens.
And also about the kayaking, please do, guys. If you're thinking about a kayak, even if you're thinking about not getting one, stop by, check them out, because if they're anything like Grumpy's, I'm going to stop by the store too. I'll be there real soon again, Scotty. I got to take care of a few things for this Jersey Stripe, but I'll be there. I want to stop by the store. If it's anything like Grumpy's, you guys got the best, bro. So I can't wait. Who knows? I might be walking out with a canoe on my back that day. You know? He'll sell me
Sounds good to me.
He'll send me some crushed aspirins that say on it shark repellent on it or whatever. But yeah, good stuff. I'm so glad that you're on the show. Anything else you like to say, honey, instead of putting on your makeup at the end of the show?
Oh, good. Thank you so much, Scott, for joining in
Yes.
today.
Thanks.
And I'm
for
going to
having me.
definitely have you back, Scotty. Maybe we'll do a summer show with you, talk about the Fluke. Oh, one thing I got to ask you.
Huh.
Drum fishing, bro. You guys get drum down in Jersey. Let's talk about that right before you go.
So this year was the first year we had them up in our area. We get one or two, you
Wow.
know, but this year we had them in the back bay. One of our really good customers, this guy Bob, caught one, and he showed me the picture, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then he calls the shop and he says, hey, somebody else caught one. So I went out. I think it was the next day I went out, and I get there and I cast out and I catch a bass. And the girl next to me, she was probably 4'10". She caught what had to be a 60-pound drum, and we were on a pier
Holy
that's
cow.
probably 50 yards long. And I coached her how to walk it all the way back, got it back to the beach, took her picture with it, caught two more bass. I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't catch a drum. Like,
Wow.
I don't want to catch bass. I want to catch drum. The kid next to me catches one. The same thing. I help him get it back, take his picture, get back. I finally got one. I'm like, all right, I got to go home and go to bed. I got to be at work at 4:30. The next day, we were sending people to the end of the road to just find open water and cast a clam. If there was 200 drum caught that day, I would not have been surprised.
Holy smokes, Scotty.
People were catching them. It looked like Giant Stadium with just, trucks on the side of the road in the bay. People catching drums. Then 2 days later, they disappeared. The day of the governor's tournament, I was one of the judges because I always help judge that tournament. And just as the tournament ended, someone caught a drum. And I was like, I think they're out here. So I got my buddy David and his girlfriend, and we went 15 for 17 on drum with one bass.
Oh,
in
shoot.
like 2 hours. And it was awesome. It got to the point where we were just exhausted.
Yeah.
and we ended up getting one that was about 10 pounds. We kept that one and made fish cakes out of it. They were good. They
Awesome.
were edible. But it's definitely a good fish to make fish cakes out of. Nice solid white meat.
I just want to tell you guys something. You want to make fish taste better? Don't put like, a tablespoon of butter. Put like the whole thing in there. And garlic. Salt and pepper it. Bro, that's all you need. That will be the best tasting fish you ever ate in your life, guaranteed. That drum is going to taste like you were catching gold fish. But yeah, I was excited to hear about drum last year. And I was like, wow, they catch, I thought they were only like a Maryland fish down there, Virginia, but no, now they're coming up to Jersey. I guess the warmer waters are doing it now. Scotty, I'm a little hot-blooded right now talking about fishing with you in Jersey and hearing that the fish are sort of in. Could we catch drum off the beachfronts, or are they only in the bays?
Oh, yeah. No, that day of the governor's tournament, that was all out front.
Wow.
That was all out front. And the best advice I can give anyone, this is what we learned after trying to catch drum forever. They are very close to shore. We were out casting them every time I ever tried to catch them, and we were casting out 10, 15 feet. Like, literally just pitching our rods out, and that's where we were catching them. Right at that lip. Basically the same spot where we're fishing sand fleas for striped bass, that's where those drum are. They are right in the wash.
You hear that, honey? I'm going fishing this week. No, I might be showing up either Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be honest with you.
Let me know if you're down here.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will, and I'll stop by. So what am I going to catch them on, Scotty, there?
Rapala X-Wraps, the 3-inch NLBNs or other small soft plastics like that. They've been doing pretty good on like SPs and stuff at night, like the bigger stuff, which is kind of surprising. Generally like the smaller stuff this time of year. But Rapala X-Wraps, that's my #1 back bait killer.
Wow.
And then the size 10s, the small ones. And then soft plastics. Those are my two go-tos.
Sweet, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I'm glad I got the drum thing out because it was one thing that I definitely wanted to ask you about, and I almost forgot. But we got it out. Guys, thank you so much.
One more question.
One more.
From
Let it rip.
Striper Junk 3. It says, ask Scotty about how he managed to hang on to his coffee cup when he fell up the stairs.
I didn't hear about this one.
It was November, and we were insanely busy. I went the beginning of October until Christmas without a day off. It was so busy at work. It was so busy this fall, and it was like the middle of the day, and I was like, Ray, I'm going to 7-Eleven. I have to get something to eat. I got to get a coffee. So I had my coffee, and I had 7-Eleven wings. And I don't know if you ever had 7-Eleven wings, but they are not something you want to eat.
No, they are when you're a fisherman and it's midnight and there's nothing else. Those are the best tasting. Just stick a lot of blue cheese.
I was so happy. And I was like, I'm just going to shove these wings in my face and drink my coffee.
Oh, my God.
And I just tripped going up the stairs and just threw everything and just went, that's my day.
Oh.
That's my day. And then I worked another 8 hours. And I think I paid Ray at Starbucks.
This is so cool, man. I am so, this has turned out better than I thought. I knew you were going to be good, but not this good. You're a really good guy. You got a great personality. This is all about fishing. I appreciate you so much. And guys, to let you know, next week will be Ed Point. That's Miguel Rios. He'll be giving away. I'm going to show you one more time that Ed Point bag right here, the 2-tuber. The week after that, we got Bill Wetzel on. That'll be the giveaway. I'll show you that right now with this beautiful X2 Series reel. That's Van Stall. I think this is number 16 I'm giving away. I don't know how many. I always go for the 7-inch titanium plies. And I didn't say hello to Bluff Lures. There he is. Dan the man, I like to say. Dan, don't look. He does make some cool stuff. And I'm going to be honest. You know why he makes cool stuff? He's telling you that those lures are plastic, but they're not. They're real eels. I'm telling you, I saw it. They're real eels he's using. That's how he's catching these fish. I'm not wrong. Dan, you are the man. He's also a sponsor for my Montauk Striper Challenge. He might even be a sponsor this year in Jersey since he does a lot of his fishing down there. Thank you so much, Dan. I love you for that. You are the man. And again, back to Scotty. Scotty, thank you so much for coming on the show. You were a great guest. Super show tonight with you on. And again, I'm hoping to see you again in the summertime. We'll make another date. We'll get you on We'll talk about the kayaking business, how's that going. I know it's going good already, but we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about fluke fishing and any other thing that you catch in that summer. Thank you, Scotty. God bless you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you, brother. We'll see you real soon. Honey, anything else?
Thank you, Scotty. That's it.
Thank you.
Everyone, have a good night.
Let's go. Let's
Peace out,
go, baby.
everybody.
Here we go.
Great show tonight with Striper John and Scott, of course.
Let's go. Let's go.
We'll be right back.